And welcome to another edition of Student of the Game. Yeah, this was a rough one, 42-17. I'm your boy Ro, contributor for State of the U and OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys. You knew you were getting in the ring with a heavyweight prize fighter. I liked some of the analogies that, you were going up against Mike Tyson and you had to be like Buster Douglas. Well, the first round came, and you're going to see immediately the uppercut potential by Clemson. Yes, we're starting on the defensive side of the ball. Just the awareness here, when you basically have the whole offensive line not moving, you just see the flow right here by the front seven defenders by Miami, all flowing in. Nobody has the awareness until it's too late that this is a backside screen. I thought particularly Miami was not as effective as it needed to be against the screen game, and this is a perfect example of this. Now, at this point, this is the uppercut to the mouth because you got a 5-on-1 situation here. Brooks, yes, I know that's tough, but now watch here. Just watch who's delivering the blows. Just pay attention to it. Here, there's a shot there, there's a shot there, there's a shot there. That's a heavyweight fight, and that's what you consider a knockdown. To Bill Belichick, to take away what the opposing team likes to do. Up to this point, Miami's been an effective rushing team. There's no doubt about it. In this case, Miami has relied often on the zone read. Clemson knew this, and on first down, I believe they played some tendencies, and they wanted to go ahead and send a message. First things first, they adjusted this very, very late. This was a late shift by Clemson, and now you see that they're favoring this side because if a zone read is going to happen, it typically happens on the side where the running back is. Now, here's some subtle details that Clemson they were playing downhill. The defensive end is going to be left unchecked. That's okay because that's what you want to happen. So he's going to go ahead and shoot. But watch the angle that he takes here, right? As soon as he steps inside, he's making a beeline. He's anticipating that play. He's playing downhill. He's playing your tendency. Now, right here, Brevin Jordan, the linebacker behind him is running out almost like as if he's going to go ahead and cover, and it confused Brevin because now he's making another beeline right here. This play is dead to rights. You have 1, 2, 3, defending 1, 2, 3. He is doing nothing more than being a disruptor. He comes downhill. There you go. There's nothing you could have done at this point. The late shift, the fact that the defensive end shot the gap, this was a play intended to stop your zone read, which was your strength. It's okay to body blow the champ, but when you telegraph your body blows, they're just going to punch you in the face. Miami actually converts this on third down. They didn't have many on the day, but you're just going to see how Clemson systematically knew who you were. They're going to go ahead and threaten A-gap pressure, which they bring. Now, what that does, and routinely in the past, Miami has struggled with this variety. Offensive line needs to communicate well. They do a relatively good job, but Harris is going to lose some coverage responsibility, and that's going to lead to a shot on D'Eriq King. Now, the safety coming in deep from center field, you're doing this simply to go ahead and keep D'Eriq King in the pocket. By doing this and coming at this angle, if D'Eriq King's trying to escape, this is simply doing this. This sends another message as well as this pass goes and unfolds. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show here. Right here, Harris, if he sticks on his guy, but you got a little communication problem. Once again, credit Clemson here because they're both going to slide off together, and that's going to leave this ability right here to go ahead and take a shot on D'Eriq King. Now, pay attention to this frame. Clemson knew who you were because the double, where is it? It's bracketing right here on Brevin Jordan. You're leaving a one-on-one opportunity outside, right? One-on-one opportunity. The Clemson secondary didn't respect the wide receivers. And it's painfully clear on this play right here. This is what you would need to do. Safety coming in late, trying to keep D'Eriq King in the pocket, double their best play-catching ability, and dare their wide receivers on the outside to beat you. Now, Miami does beat you here. Great throw and pitch and catch to Brevin Jordan, but I think the message here was pretty clear. If you want to ask me, one of the critical failures for the University of Miami this week was its inability to get Clemson off the field on third down. When you consider Clemson's third down conversion and fourth down conversion rates, it was right at 50%. And on this 3rd and 14, this is no different. And right here, brilliantly scripted play by Clemson here, and they're utilizing their playmakers. Right here, you're seeing Rodgers. He's motioning across the field and now motioning back. Now, what did that do? That invoked a rotational switch by the University of Miami. The corner initially was going to come up. They were going to go into a two-safety look. But when he motions back across the formation, right, watch right here, this goes ahead and gets the free safety closer and tucked into the boundary. And that's what you wanted because they're trying to go ahead and get space. Now, the University of Miami, I'm sure they knew who Travis Etienne was. That was the guy that they were going to key on. That is the guy that they were going to go ahead and try to clamp down. Now, as this play unfolds from here, there's nobody worse in the country, and I'll say this again, there's nobody worse in the country giving up more plays over 10 yards per game than the University of Miami Hurricanes. And we're going to see a little bit why, because on this 3rd and 14, here you go. This ball is clearly behind the line of scrimmage. Here's your line of scrimmage, right? This ball is a good 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, this is when it just goes a little sideways. From this vantage point right here, linebackers just not there with the foot speed, taking poor angles, not getting off their blocks. They're going to let him get outside. Right here at the top of the screen, you have a wide receiver cornerback situation. Cornerback gets buried. And then next you know, they're on touchdown's doorstep. 3rd and 14, play back behind the line of scrimmage, goes for a first down. If you ask me, that's a little inexcusable. You're going to see that reemerging theme by Clemson and really what their game plan was versus the University of Miami. Number 1, it was going to take away that zone read. Number 2, it was going to force you to win outside. You're going to see this 2-deep safety shell. This is pre-snap. This is what your picture's telling you. Now, Clemson's going to walk up late. They're going to try to get Miami to identify something later on in the script, which they do. And at this juncture, I think they have it pretty well handled. Nothing's fooling them. Nothing's surprising them. But pay attention to the game plan. This safety, he dropped down, and what is he doing? He is just spying all day from the safety position, De'Aaron King, to make sure he doesn't break contain as a runner. On top of that, you also have linebackers. They're on the coverage responsibility for the running back. So everybody right here is in prime position in case De'Aaron King wants to break contain and run. Now, at the top of the screen, you have a bracket, once again, on your tight end position. They knew your tight ends were the more dangerous variety. So you had a one-on-one at the top of the screen, one-on-one at the bottom of the screen. It's not getting open, and there you go. Now, right here, he pretty much grabs Jared Williams' left jersey and yanks it down. That's not going to get called. That could be called defensive holding on the lineman. Very rarely gets called, but he had a fistful of jersey, got him to turn his shoulder. Chaney does a remarkable job as a freshman just battling his tail off to keep this off De'Aaron, but by this point, it's not there. He's looking to run because nothing was open, and it wasn't. On the one-on-one situation, you couldn't break free, and then where were you going to run to? You had a safety and 2 linebackers. They wanted this to happen, and then gets swallowed up. 2nd and 11 turns into a 3rd and disadvantageous spot, and that was a reoccurring theme most of the night. So 3rd and 8, you're actually catching Clemson, who's rotating late right here. They're taking a safety one-on-one with Will Mallory, and you're in a man-1 capacity. Here's your man coverage. You can note it right here, press man coverage on the outside. Those corners are challenging your wide receivers, and this is one of those rare cases, not really spying anybody, obvious escape lane, and look, De'Aaron King already senses it, tries to find it, cut back lane, questionable holding call at the top that Miami might have gotten away with. And then there's the ability by De'Aaron King. He's able to get downfield, make some people miss. One more spin move. If that defensive back doesn't get that, that's 6 points. Instead, Miami would settle for field goals on a day where it was very important to keep Clemson out of the red zone and, in particular, limit them to field goals. Miami wasn't able to do that. Conversely, once Miami gets in the red zone, they are held to a field goal. 3rd and 13, not a down and distance you want to routinely live in. Right here, Brevin Jordan at the top of the screen. This is 11 set personnel, 2x2 look. Now, Clemson knows exactly who your best pass-catching option is, because pay attention right here. You're going to have a defensive end go ahead, break off the line of scrimmage, get out here into the flat, and then you're going to have these two also bracket Brevin Jordan. So at the snap of the ball, watch the way it looks. Bam, right here. These two looking exactly at Brevin Jordan, and this to undercut him. You essentially have 3 individuals with their attention to go ahead and limit Brevin Jordan's ability on this play. Here's your spy. He's looking directly back here into the backfield at De'Aaron King. You're forcing him to pass. And then there's your one-on-one situation on the outside, which De'Aaron King astutely finds, and that is the right place to throw the ball. Now I'm going to freeze it right here. 50-50 ball. That's what coaches call it. Ball in the air. See if you can make a play. Routinely, there wasn't a 50-50 ball all night that the University of Miami Hurricane wide receivers won. 3rd and 13, you settle for a field goal. So we're going to watch back-to-back clips, and we're going to focus at the Miami linebacker position here. Clemson comes out in a 2-by-2 look, but it's really close to the formation. Anytime you see this, you got to be alert for a couple concepts that are reoccurring on any level when you see this. Either you're going to have a corner and an out concept, or you're very, very prone for a mesh concept. And in this case, Clemson's going to be running a mesh. And I like the way they run it. And I said this in an earlier breakdown. I like when this wide receiver and this wide receiver touch. When their shoulders are basically touching, it creates a problem. Now, at this point, just the awareness that the mesh is coming, they go ahead and try to bump him off his route, don't understand that somebody's coming up underneath, and there you go. Bradley Jennings, he's sucked a little bit more inside. That creates a vacant window. Easy. Miami leads the country in plays over 10 yards. There was another one. All right, very next clip. Once again, linebacker position. Some late motion. Miami is shifting, not communicating, and they're confused. You want to know how I know you're confused? Just pay attention to the linebacker right here. Comes out here. Nope, it's not there. Immediately sucks back in. I mean, Trevor Lawrence still has the ball. At this point, if you freeze it right here when the ball's in the air, look at your linebackers. You're essentially, you don't have a linebacker 5 yards within this pass catching option. Once again, a 10-plus chunk play. And this is to add insult to injury. Now you're going to go ahead and have them taunt you. You're down 21-3.